by welcoming everybody to this session. Chris, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh,
Get back in line.
sorry.
Alrighty. Pretty much, first of all, we'll get the base rules of Clubby down. This is just easy, quick, no questions asked, no negotiations. Hangarounds, you have to have a prospect with you or above to be in the garage or hanging out with them in the main bar area, nowhere else. So that means do not take them to gun range, etc. Prospects, you can go free reign through the bottom floor. Members, same. If you need to use upstairs for a meeting, ask a member of hierarchy. And then obviously hierarchy, you have full reign to the clubby. That's pretty much it. And Biggie, do you want to talk on your thing then?
Just before that, I do have one thing on that. You are not to use the firing range under any circumstances at the moment until we get that squared away with the cops.
Easy.
Or are you
not even with silences at the moment?
Yeah, no. The suppressor thing is.
Yeah.
So basically, I've been coming up with a sort of thing under the wing of old mate fucking Johnny as enforcer. What's that, sorry?
Other side, Ronnie.
Holsters, masks off.
And holsters and masks.
Basically, I've been coming up with sort of a strike system within the org. So me and Johnny will be making a tally of disobedience and disobeying orders, and if you're cut in a hospital, a car, or while flopping, we don't want to see anyone with a cut on flopping that's disrespectful to the cut. Obviously, if you get shot or get hit by a car or something and you're on the ground, that's that's what happens. Like it's nothing, but we don't want to see you purposely like flailing on the ground with it on. So basically, we want to see you guys being quite mature in public as well. If you're being like immature to the public eye, that's sort of bringing a bad name to us and making us look a bit goofy. We don't want to like be in the lines of the fucking memesters. You know what I mean? Like we don't want to follow their tracks. If anyone catches anyone talking shit about anyone in the club, that will be a strike and also be a stern talking to. Like, more than just me and Johnny will be talking to you. Basically, if you do have a problem with someone, bring it to me and Johnny and take it as a complaint and we can bring it up as opposed to talking shit. I will admit that me personally, I had a bit of this, that sort of problem with myself, but I'm going to start leading by example. Definitely. Yep.
Just so you know, Griff's is like, we don't have a secretary patch at the moment, but he's pretty much just doing secretary things at the moment. So anything like that, just tell Griff's pretty much any events that happen, any people talking shit, like major things like that you think are important for the club to have noted down, just tell Griff's, flick him an email. We might even set something up in emails for that.
That's one thing that I was going to go through as well. The roles of each hierarchy as well, just some bylaws and stuff, just for simple information of people who don't know. Basically, anyway, I'll continue on. At the end of the week, after our church session, there'll be a punishment, and I'm sure many of you know how that's going to go down, but for whoever doesn't, that'll be a surprise for next week. It is a bit of fun, but it's also like, we don't want to see you in that punishment position 2 weeks in a row.
It is a disciplinary thing. As much as it will be a bit of fun, it is a disciplinary thing, and you will put your head in for it.
Yeah.
I will add, if you do something major, fines are still in place, as we are a motorcycle club. But it will have to be something pretty bad.
Should I also go over some just a few MC bylaws just for hangarounds to know as well? And then
perfect.
Awesome. I'll just read them out. Oh, that's not.
There's also club rules as well, boys. If you haven't seen that, that's like I guess to our club. A lot of clubs have different rules, so if you haven't read those, get familiar with.
So any rules that anyone puts up you are to follow them, or that is a strike, and you will also be dealt with in the way that, Prez put up that rule. If Prez, you don't want Prez catching you doing anything, because that'll be more than just a strike. You know what I mean? Like, you want to show your good light in front of them, and also in front of public. So basically, this is just a list of the hierarchical members. So, stock take and,
Treasurer.
stock take is done by treasurer, and it should only be done by treasurer. So like, it's solely on their shoulders, so that it can, like, the hierarchy, we're like a brotherhood, and splitting up the power is what we are trying to do best, and we've all done that over the past few days very well. So all stock take and treasury, and whether we need to order in more weapons or this and that, is to be done by treasurer. Enforcer, same goes for enforcer role. We do disciplinary actions or human resources and punishments. They're to be handed out by us, basically by me and Johnny. I'm not an enforcer, I'm under the wing of Johnny right now. We are basically the big brothers of members and below. So we are here to dish out punishments and be the only one to dish out punishments. If we see anyone out of the club, like a big brother, they only want to be the one, bullying their little brothers. If any people outside of the club is causing grief, you come and tell us, and we deal with them. We don't really want to see. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but maybe like members or below sort of initiating conflict without telling someone first, or at least radioing.
I will say, make the judgment though. If someone's being extremely hostile and you have to make that judgment, go for it.
Exactly.
I would prefer prospects and below to try to stay out of that hostility range. But yeah, members, obviously you guys are members for a reason, because you should know that decision making by now. Obviously, if you're failing to make that decision time and time again, you can lose that patch. But if you're being shot at, don't think, okay, I need to radio into hierarchy and ask for permission. You protect yourself and you protect your patch.
So like any problems or stuff that happens, come to us and we'll chuck it on our telly. Me and John are gonna have a shared sort of thing for church or to mention to hierarchy. Combat and quick decision making should be left to one person, such as the sergeant at arms. That's also to set up plans of attack, whether it's hostile or not. So say Trey wants to set up a meeting to the comms, right? The sergeant at arms would be the one to sort out how we go to the meet, what we wear, what we bring, how do we like act, etc. Yes.
Depends on if it's hostile or not, though. If it's a friendly meeting, secretary. If it's non-hostile, a lot of the time secretary will deal with that sort of thing, get in contact, and that. As soon as it's hostile grounds, sergeant at arms is in charge. Even if road cap enforcer is saying don't do this, you follow sergeant at arms. There's a reason you put sergeant at arms in charge. It's because he's in charge of that. The only time you've listened to an order that isn't from sergeant at arms and going against him is from Prez. All right. At the end of the day, if Prez does say something and it's Prez's orders, you follow them. Other than that, all sergeant at arms in those situations.
Yeah. In the very heat of battle, it's quite difficult. As like the other day with our comms, we were quite on and off, and there were several different people. And as soon as there's a sergeant at arms, it'll be so simple for them to just take control.
Yeah, pretty much.
I also want to say that who's the next one? The road captain controls anything and everything to do with club rides. They are the riding person. It's when, where, how, why. They're the person that sets it up. He's in total command of the entire pack when riding. he's also a maturity figure for people to go to, to double check ideas or, have a chat to. He's like the, he's like the fucking uncle we never had. You know what I mean? He's also the first person to call out locations on enemies upon contact. So say we're just driving along and all of a sudden, like, 2 people appear. He's the one to call it out. And then from there, Sergeant at Arms can take action. Tail Gunner rides at the back of the pack during rides. They help Road Captain with sorting out the rides. So, like, they brainstorm or whatever with ideas. He is also the person in the back line of defense and firefights and watching for flanks and calling them out. So he's the one that rides behind us, obviously. And if people are charging up our rear, he'll say that over comms, and then Sergeant at Arms will, tell people to go backwards to check it out or go forwards to check it out. And obviously the secretary is a notary person. He's the info guy. He's also the person who sorts out all the non-hostile meetings.
In the heat of battle, we do not want secretary to die as well. Same obviously with Prez, but secretary is a big one. He knows every single piece of info for the club. He pretty much knows more than the Prez because he notes down every single little thing. If you aren't going to secretary with all those fucking things, those little events that happen, there may be disciplinary actions such as strikes as well, because those things need to be noted in case it obviously comes back and bites us in the ass in the future.
Yeah, so I mean, I hope that does clear up, and if you have any questions, obviously ask anyone, or you can just do some nice, there are obviously MC sites and stuff. You can just like look at some simple bylaws, and that's what I think everyone should go over, because I think we're all pretty brand new to MCs. So
if people need a list, come see me.
Yeah, exactly. The fucking info guy, bro.
Griff is the person to go to if you have any questions, by the way, boys. To do with the club, to do with pretty much anything to do with MC stuff. If it's pretty legal as well, if you need any legal things answered, go to Griff. He'll be your guy. And
awesome.
Speaking on Griff, how much more do you have to go, Biggie? Because I will get Griff.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that.
Just let Biggie go through his things. I'm recording this, so I can go back over and notarize everything if needed.
Easy.
I was just going to say that that's about it. And obviously, Prez and Vice Prez is pretty obvious. Like, all of Hierarchy's job is to basically do the category of what they say. So if they need a meeting sorted, they will say that the meeting needs to be sorted. They don't sort it. This guy does, or the Sergeant at Arms does. It alleviates so much pressure off them so that they can be the Prez. Do you sort of agree with that? I'm not sure if that's...
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So
like,
meetings.
Just like...
Sergeant at Arms, any legal non-hostiles, will make Griff over here.
Like, such as, like, human resources and problems. If you were to deal with that, you wouldn't be able to be, like, you wouldn't have time to be a Prez. No. So, like, all of our jobs are to alleviate the stresses and, like, for you. And we are a brotherhood, which I've been enjoying as well. So,
yeah, at the end of the day as well, boys, friendship is a big one. I don't want to see any disrespect to each other. That's a fucking massive no-no. I will say, though, if Hierarchy are giving shit to hangarounds, even a little bit to prospects, I don't really mind, because they are kind of at that fucking stage where, get them to grow some fucking tough skin, eh?
Obviously not
bullying.
Not like, not me running up to you and going, I'm the enforcer, imagine not being able to punch back, not that sort of stuff. But like, no. If I tell you to, like, not me, but like, if someone in the hierarchy just goes, fucking get over it or do this or do that, that's just sort of like the go. That's how it goes.
I mean, you can joke around and shit, obviously, as well. Like,
yeah, but in a serious sense, that's a bit sad.
Yeah. No, if you're doing that in a serious sense, then powers also get into your head. Let's be real. All right. So, are you a good biggie, or is there anything else you need to touch on?
I'm pretty happy with that. I have some more stuff to bring up to you guys, but
Not
that's
with
it.
hangarounds around, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's
Easy.
a private matter stuff.
Um,
I've got some stuff as well.
Yep, easy. Is that for now or for later?
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, some of it's for now. I'm just
Easy.
reading through.
I just want to get
Sure.
anything done with hangarounds around down now. While you're looking through that, Griffs, if you just want to quickly, briefly explain what your role does to hangarounds so they know.
No, okay, everyone hear me. Pretty much simple. If you guys have an issue with anyone in the club, outside of the club, anything to do with that, it's random shit like that as well, it comes to me straight away. I'll notarize it. I'll get it all written down so there isn't any bullshit about she did, she said, he said kind of shit. It's pretty much easy and simple. If someone has it notarized down, worst case scenario, I'll record it, have it set up and all that sort of stuff. Another issue, I don't care who the fuck you are, the hangarounds, don't treat them like shit. You want patches in this club? You want to hang around? Treat them the same as you would everyone else. Yes, they're lower than everyone else, but if you want them to stick around, treat them with some form of respect. It's pretty simple. If you want more brothers to be around, don't treat them like shit. So none of this random beating up people and that sort of stuff. Yes, they have the shit jobs. Yes, they have to do as they're told, but still treated with some form of respect.
If we see you punching people and shit for no reason, you'll get fines for that. Obviously, muscle spasms, they're alright. You can't control them. But I do not want to fucking see people punching people constantly and shit. Especially constantly, you know, like if someone does it once in a fucking blue moon and it's like a joke around and you're both on board, all right, we might let that slide. But if you get out of a car and just start beating the shit out of a hangaround, or you just walk up to a hangaround and start beating the shit out of them, you will get in big trouble for that and you will get fined.
Yeah, like if someone muscle spasms, don't react by beating the fuck out of them and going, "Oh, it's only fair. It's a muscle spasm. Grow up a bit." You know, they'll, if anything, I know that in other cities and a few, I think Dying Breed do this, but if you muscle spasm and cause someone to bleed, you just, that person, the muscle spasm, just pays the person their hospital bill and that's it. Like it's only $2,000. Like, grow up a bit.
You get one free muscle spasm, boys. That's how it works, eh? If you do like a couple muscle spasms, then fucking don't fucking punch
like,
back.
There's a few fixes with that. Number one is if you are tabbing out of your eyes and then tabbing back into your eyes, instead of flexing your left click muscle, flex your right click muscle, like your aiming muscle or this one. So instead of punching back into your eyes, just do that to click back in. Another one is when you pull up your phone, pull it up in your head, like literally count like 2 seconds and then open it, please. I don't want to see someone like opening their phone and then bashing someone. Like, we just need to learn, and that's just how it is, and we need to learn it.
Easy. All right. Let's get on to some bigger topics now, I guess. Anything anyone else wants to say before hangarounds let go?
Yep.
Now's the time to speak.
Oh, you can go, Dodzy, and then I'll go.
Yep. Our comms need work. I know Biggie touched on this. Our comms need work throughout the entire org. If it needs to be the case, we can separate into groups under different enforcers, especially when there's a lot of us. I know that the meeting that we had with Hydra the other day basically was split up and all that sort of stuff. That was all good and fine. That was a good way to go about it. But our comms have been fucking awful, frankly. Specifically, I'm talking about the issue that we had with the hold-ups on the cops on the 28th of the 1st. It could have all been avoided if we had one clear, concise person making that call, i.e. the Sergeant-at-Arms. Weekly ride practice is also going to be an essential thing because I'm not a fan of looking back and seeing people fucking about. I understand the bikes are finicky and the cruise control isn't necessarily the best system at the moment, so there's not going to be any punishment for that currently. But we will be having ride practice, and I believe we were looking at having that after church, potentially on the way up to the other thing that we were talking about before.
That'll be changing. I'll talk to you guys about that
Okay. Yep.
when they're gone. But yes, so Aussie is still going to be hosting his weekly fight night, so that is one thing that we can practice riding up to, and we can get in contact with Dying Breed. I've talked to them, and they'll be pretty happy to do big rides up if we need to.
There was another thing I wanted to go over. Yeah, we sort of touched on that. We touched on the function of an MC and the voting systems and whatnot, how an MC actually runs, rather than one person of power. It's a bunch of people of power.
It's called a chapel.
Yep. Yeah. The weekly ride practice is definitely the one that I wanted to harp on the most.
Amen.
Yeah.
Definitely. Alrighty. I guess Griff, you go, and then we'll get these hangarounds out of here.
Yeah.
What's called back, by the way?
All good. Something to implement, especially in the next couple of weeks with all the issues we're having in City. If you are leaving the clubhouse, you take one person additionally with you. We've had a situation where a few boys have been kidnapped or a few boys have been followed. Suggesting having 2 people, especially anyone in hierarchy, more than 2 enforcers, take a hangaround with you. Don't care who it is.
That's
no patches, no ETC.
Yeah, if you are going by yourself, it's no patch, no affiliation. You're just another worker in the city. You know what I mean? That's a problem that all cities have, such as in the Where the Birds Are Blue, we knew that if the disciples were walking around by themselves, they'll get trolled. If any org, they would get trolled, and it has happened in the city, and it has been. So not as a pussy thing to do, but if you're by yourself, at least take your cut off, just because it causes a lot less trolling. It's for the community as opposed to us.
I will also say though, say you're with say I'm with Buster, we're a good friend of mine, and we're both wearing cuts. That's alright as well. I don't mind if you're with a buddy that will back you up if something was to happen. But if you are down at mining with randoms and you don't know if these Luciano guys are running around, it just saves problems of everyone having to stop what they're doing, go up and help you because you're in your cut, and these dudes who personally I think should be out of city by now because they're randomly killing everyone. But yeah, it just stops everyone else having to stop their day and go help out. It makes it a lot easier.
One last thing for the hangarounds to know. We don't want to see you rollerblading around the city with anything to do with Black Angels on. That's, it's cool and all, but it is pretty childish, compared to what we are. Also, if you are going to longboard within the walls, when you finish longboarding, please take the longboard either outside and put it on the sidewalk, or put it by a wall inside the clubby. We don't want it in the middle.
You can pick them up.
Yeah, I don't think you can pick them up.
You can pick them up.
How?
What muscles?
You flex either your G muscle or your F muscle. You can actually pick them up.
Awesome. If we see you leaving them around, strike.
Unless it's in your corner, because if you can't pick them up, because I know City has issues, get it to the corner. If you're having really bad City issues and you're board stuff, just let someone know. That's preferably hierarchy. If there's no hierarchy in City, member, and just even fucking secretary would be perfect, because they can literally just have a side note. Hang on, couldn't put board away, so if it gets sprung up, then it's no one to be a City issue.
Couple more notes. In the future, hangarounds will be designated to a member or an enforcer. So they'll run you through the ropes and that sort of stuff, and they'll be keeping tabs on you and notarizing everything that you do. So you fuck up, we'll know. So when you have a designated person, if they're in the city, you are working with them. If they're not in the city, then you come to one of us, and we'll give you someone to work with for the day. And the second thing, there has been a few people that have been doing super well with the hangarounds. keep doing what you are doing. We are watching. Keep doing it.
Exactly. Even hangarounds as well. Helping out other hangarounds, telling them, hey man, that's probably not the best thing to do. We don't want you ruling over each other, obviously. But if you say, you see another hangaround fucking around, and you're like, oh, it's not very good, just give them a tap on the shoulder. We do see that as well. Do not worry. Alrighty. I think we've covered everything for hangarounds, correct, boys?
Aether.
Easy. Alright, hangarounds, you're free to go,
Cars to be parked around the right side of the clubhouse.
Easy.
On the right-hand side, not in front of the clubhouse, around to the side.
Cheers, lads.
Thanks, John, for coming, eh?
Thank you.
Cheers, lads.
Jimmy or someone had popped, so he'll be back very shortly. So.
Cool.
Yep, no drama.
Alrighty. There's a few things that are being discussed between us today. Where should we start? Well, obviously, if whoever doesn't know, Bosco's our treasurer.
Should we talk about cuts first? Because I think that was a pretty big topic, like the new
Yeah, right.
changes to them.
Should we do some more negative and serious stuff first, and then talk about some changes and good things after, like
Easy.
cuts and stuff?
Good call.
Yep, perfect.
I will start if that's okay.
Yep.
I do have a few things I want to discuss. I think we, being hierarchy, need to, including Prez, need to sit down and have a look, have a read through of some common bylaws together. Whether we do that outside the city or not, it is what it is.
Wait, real quick. Hang around, Sloan. Give him a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy. Hang around. Gone for the rest of the meeting at the moment, man. We'll call you up if we need you. Just be on radio.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Too easy, mate.
Love you.
Yep. So basically, look at some common bylaws and information about how an MC is actually run correctly, efficiently, and overall as a brotherhood, other than a dictatorship. Which is what we're trying to, I guess, avoid by including more roles: secretary, sergeant at arms, all that sort of stuff. Prez doesn't need to worry about the treasury shit, enforcement of the club rules, or how hostilities are handled unless it's absolutely necessary. And that's why you have us, the MC, do that stuff for you. On that, also, the division of power, learning the mistakes from the Teamsters. All the power was held by the top 3 people in that org, and one person cracking the shits or leaving would have absolutely killed that org beyond repair. In a city that's much bigger than this, so a bigger org than us and a bigger city would have crumbled if one person had left that one of those top 3 positions.
Ronnie has popped.
Ronnie had popped. Well, no, not necessarily. They're not necessarily a bigger org now, but they,
Yeah,
they're an org in a bigger city in a city that was more difficult to get.
a lot more
into their
difficult.
position. I'll wait for Ronnie to fly back in.
Easy.
Just quickly, I'm thinking about some food I can still hear. The reason why we have a notary is in case head pops happen, so we can continue going.
Yeah, good point. He can always just watch this part of the meeting.
That's true.
Do you want to keep going?
Too.
We'll just tell him to watch this part of the meeting.
I think that's all I had to say.
Yeah. I will add to that. When you get morals down compact, and when you get some morals for the club, if we want to then go register with the 1% council, which we should do, means that we're recognised by the whole city community that as a 1% club. Pretty much needs, backstory to the club, a lot of photos, all that, morals, etc. And we can talk to the 1% council about getting fully recognised as 1% MC.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Biggie, do you have anything negative that you want to touch on?
Let me see. I've got some stuff to talk to you after, Prez, just privately, as a not a big deal thing, just a private outer city thing.
Yep. So anyone here got anything negative? If you do,
oh no, here we go. Sorry, you can go first. Sorry.
Right, if we're keeping it on negative, I was gonna start a new cut.
So the other day I didn't notice, Prez, when you were saying that this is just in general, it's not directly aimed at you. I'll just read out what I've got. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm not that good at writing.
Yeah, don't take this as a personal
yeah.
attack either. Wasn't anything I wanted to bring up.
Being a Prez comes with needing to be mature, and that's why we are all here to help you. As both Prez and VP, as you are 16 and 17, I'm not saying that does make you immature. It's just, with time, such as Dodds being a bit older, he is, you know what I mean? Like he's more mature. That's just how it is. You know what I mean?
100%. There will be something later on in the meeting for you.
Yeah, that's why we're all here, and we're a brotherhood. The maturity within the brotherhood is essential for hierarchy to listen to. The talk of wanting to lockpick and rob people's houses, that you were saying how keen you were to do that and stuff. That's not really what we're looking for. And also like the eagerness the other day with Ronnie when you said, and I quote, you said, "Fuck Ronnie, I want to kill cops," when we drove away from Ronnie. That's a wee bit, too fast to jump at the gun. It's, brotherhood first before that sort of stuff. It's not saying, that's just a thing. It's just maybe because you can talk and you are literally the owner of this, doesn't mean you have to
just keeping track.
You have free reign. You know what I mean? It's like
I still have to go to the same standard as you boys. I get that, and I get you using some pretty good examples of what I've done. It's good. That means that you boys also aren't scared to, I guess, speak up and shit. Which is at the end of the day what I want. I want people speaking up against problems and shit. So that's perfect.
Whoa. Holy shit!
Alrighty.
Scared me.
Oh my god!
Ooh.
Any more negative things? Before I guess, Joe, if you want to start off on a positive, if there's nothing else negative.
Yeah, it's not really a positive. It's kind of just a different conversation topic.
Okay, easy.
We should think about how we do like hang around initiations. I like the last couple that we've done, and prospecting, because prospecting is one of the most important promotions because you're actually accepted into the MC. I think we should try to make it a little bit more interesting for the prospecting.
Yep.
Like we're gonna be getting. I think Dodd said this the other day. I'm not as good as Dodds with words, but like, we're all good mates. I think it was. We're gonna be growing, and we're gonna be accepting people in that we like aren't like the original good mates. Like we gotta really like take it to the next level with this and make it better, like interactions for prospecting and stuff like that.
Like, may I say, the big thing with some of the first prospecting is it did have to get done, and it did have to get done at a quicker rate than normal.
I understand
because we had to get the club running up and shit.
Yeah.
Like
but
the
now we're growing to like a next level where we're bringing in people that they actually are the hangarounds. Like we don't know anything about these guys.
You can rewatch the meeting where you popped Ronnie. It's all on recording.
Yeah, like with that, instead of like over like a day or two giving the hangarounds prospect what we have been doing now, it's like the actual hangarounds might have to wait like a few weeks or a month, if not that they have to prove themselves and show that we actually want them.
That's funny. I was actually looking into it, and some people will hang around a prospect for over a year before they get accepted.
It's insane.
There's
insane.
Like in
4 weeks from when we get everyone moving through that we need to and that we want to, we're pretty much going to have, I'd say, a minimum at least of a month as a prospect. At least a minimum of a month once we start getting people moving through. And
it's also depending on how well people do.
If someone's doing extremely amazing as well, like sometimes it could be sped up. If they are doing not the greatest, that will be lengthened as well.
Even if they are doing pretty well, I think we should still try to keep that month.
Exactly. That minimum, like exactly 4 weeks from when they join. I think that's a good number.
Perfect.
That's when we take a reevaluation.
So on that Sunday of that week, when we have church, we speak about them, and if if the consensus is maybe not yet, we try again in another week or two. That's
or maybe even maybe that can be a thing that happens every Sunday. We talk on each prospect that has been in for 4 weeks or longer. We can, if we think that we all have a known, like say, this is just using Ash as an example. Say we'll be like Ash, everyone just hands up if they want to say something good, hands down if they think that there could be a chance. If the total consensus, everyone's more people hands down, then we'll just skip it and we'll come back to it next Sunday.
Also, in speaking about that, if you have anything to bring up, good or bad, about hangarounds, bring it to me, and it'll be categorized for all of it, especially when it comes up to meetings deciding who gets patched and who gets left behind. Those things come into account. Like, a few of the boys have mentioned a few names about them doing extremely well, and I'm keeping track.
Yeah, on the topic of that, can I just get a gauge of where we're kind of sitting at with John? Because he's probably our most active hangout.
I think
I'm
all
really
the
happy with how he's
hangarounds
doing.
as of now, Diego is going to be flying in more, and as like me, Dodds, and Jimmy, we were the original three, and then we took in Diego. We're all like mates. Like I grew up with him out of city, and obviously he's going to prove himself, and obviously Jimmy said that he wants to prove himself as well, but they are still like the mates, and then I think from there we start bringing in proper timings and etc.
I mean, it's pretty simple.
At the end of the day now, we're pretty, I guess, full of people now as well.
True.
We're up to like 18, I think. Remember, we can only have 8 hangouts at a time.
True.
24 members.
I'm not
I get that you're
100%
friends.
sure on that number of hangarounds.
Oh yeah,
Keep
he
that
has
in
he has to
area.
prove himself to the city and to us.
Yep. Because at the end of the day, the reason I chose a lot of yous and I patched you straight in is because I've had lots of first-hand experiences with you boys, and I know how well you can do. And if they're joining later rather than sooner, because I did give Jimmy a chance at the start to come and hang out at the start of the club as well. He didn't take that, obviously. I'm not sure if he just didn't see the email or whatever, but if they're joining later on now, they have to prove themselves, and it will take a lot longer than it has previously.
He said that he wants to as well. He said like when he first flew in, I was in like emails with him before we were in city, and he's like, if I fly in, I don't want handouts. I want to be a proper citizen and start as a hangaround and prove myself as opposed to being a friend.
Once
Just to go over that, though, the question was more about John than Jimmy and Diego.
Sorry.
I love how John's been doing.
Yeah,
All
John.
right, let's
All right, well, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Like, as the people standing around this table right now, the higher ups than
I
ever,
love John.
who thinks John is very close to being patched as prospect? Please put your hands up.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a discussion we have very shortly with John.
Yeah.
Or
John's
not
John's
today, but bringing him up after this meeting and have everyone telling him he's doing an amazing job, so he keeps pushing. Doesn't have to be today,
next church. Yeah, maybe next church we can invite him in here for the meeting.
What I was thinking is we could tell him today and then see how he keeps going over this next week, and then maybe that.
Yes, what I mean about telling him that he is getting close to that position of holding it. He needs to keep going the way he is right now. As like we can do it with hierarchy, do it with all the boys here. But I mean, everyone standing around the table and giving him praise is going to help push him. He's doing extremely well. He needs to be nice.
He's been nothing. Yeah, he's been nothing but respectful, and he's done everything that he asked.
39 minutes, Joel. Head pumped.
Okay. Anyone got anything else to say? Because there's 2 topics that everyone needs to be here for.
I think
there's a few random ones.
I think Ash is another one that we should be looking at as well.
Ash is
a prospect.
I think. Oh wait, he is. He doesn't put his patch on.
Oh my god. Ash got prospected like 3 or 4 days because he was
is
hanging
Ash
out every
in at
day
the
and doing
moment?
heaps of shit. Oh, I don't think so. Otherwise, he'd be here right now.
Okay, we'll just keep track.
Because prospects, at the end of the day, they can be in this conversation to a certain extent. Obviously, when we can
just chuck them on the couch or something.
Yeah, obviously, if it comes to a very big business like massive guns and orders and etc., that is when they get out. Because I don't want to be discussing too majorly about in detailed, conversation with non-full patched members. You know what I mean? Because otherwise that information can leak to a certain extent.
I mean, there's a few things I want to bring up, but we'll wait until I think Joel understands. But if anybody else has got anything else to say, we'll keep going.
Yeah, I wanted to catch on the cuts, as well.
We'll wait for Joel to
we've-
come in because he has a
Yeah.
pretty input. It's really weird or anything with this discussion. Females in the clubhouse. Friends, chicks you're interested in, that sort of stuff, don't go past the bar. They don't go in the garage, they don't go past the bar any further than that. If they're your old lady, then they have permissions further up than that. I hope you boys understand what that means. But pretty much any females, anyone who comes into the club doesn't go any further than that bar. Anyone who breaches that, get a swift kick. You'll be notarized and that person won't be allowed to enter the club.
On that note, obviously old ladies will be treated like members though. So because we do want like old ladies, we don't want them
We
feeling
don't
like
disrespect
hangouts
women
and
here
shit.
at all whatsoever.
Yep.
Also, if
No,
we're
if I
ever in a
catch- if I-
situation and an old lady and there's an old lady there and a member there, you take the old lady on the back of your bike rather than a member. Members can ride. Same with prospects and hangarounds. We don't make women drive and ride their own bikes if they don't have to. I don't want to if they want to, they can, but I don't want to see people taking hangarounds and prospects over an old lady.
Sorry, just had to end the call.
It also
situations.
depends on who it is. That person can be put into a safe vehicle.
Yeah.
If we catch wind of anything similar to how the Disciples run their stance on women, that will be a stern talking to, and I want to emphasize stern. We do not demand that women put out in order to be involved in the club.
Oh yeah, fuck's
no.
sake, bro! If we were in that city, I would absolutely go down fucking guns blazing on them for the shit. That's fucked.
If I catch even a whiff of that, we're having a chat.
Like no matter your creed, color, culture, gender, your orientation, this is a city at the end of the day, and that's it. I agree with you, Dodds.
Yeah,
100%.
I will say I like how Pales treat people. I'd rather you boys be like them, nice to everyone, treat everyone with mutual respect. Doesn't matter who or what rank, what gender, what ethnicity they are. Treat everyone with respect, and I definitely do not want to see any, even to men as well. Like, I don't want to see any fucking what's the word?
Womanizing.
Yeah. And just being downful on anyone.
43 minutes,
that's
Joel.
with
When you fly
gender
back in,
or
that's
ethnicity.
what you missed, between 39 and 43.
Any of that, you're gonna get a massive kick up the ass.
Yeah, and
None of that.
I'm hoping everyone does know that with that sort of information, like, you sort of have the one warning system where if someone says something uncomfortable and it's borderline, I might be like, hey, maybe you just don't talk to me about that stuff around me, and then that should be the end of it. And if they continue, it would come straight to us and then straight to you.
I mean, anything of that sort, bring it to me. It needs to be notarized
exactly.
whatsoever.
Literally, bring it to literally anyone, bro. That's fucked up. So
Yeah,
I mean, I would
don't-
prefer you have Griffs at the.
bring
at
it
the
to
end of the
me.
day.
It'll be notarized and not down. Especially that needs to be notarized, especially in the city.
are you?
I don't know what
Joel-
show.
is Joel
Joel.
dead?
Is Joel
He's
dead?
dead.
Dead?
Just continue. I can hear.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Should we just chuck his cut on if we can, just so it's not?
Yeah, just maybe.
I can't.
Someone just stand in front of him.
Can you not? Can you not flex your headphones?
No,
Physically, do.
That's fine.
Just give me a second. I'll handle it.
Yeah, just.
Just yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Continue.
Also, as well, keep in mind some people are younger in the city as well. 14, 15, or something. Keep in mind what you're saying around people of the younger ages, because sexual things can be very uncomfortable for younger people in the city. Personally, I don't care, but I don't know anyone else's stands on that type of thing. But what I'm saying is, if you're around someone and you're not sure how comfortable they are with certain topics that are a bit more touchy and a bit more, on that borderline kind of side of things, just don't talk about it, because it's better to not risk anything.
So there's like a couple more things. Sorry, I'm going through my brain through it. Since Roscoe is currently dealing with some stuff in his head, but he is treasury. If you guys have any money issues or need money sorted, come see either me and I'll notarize it down so I can give it to Roscoe while he's away. Because also, people need to be mindful of their money. Yes, it's a new city, everyone wants to buy all their things, but please keep that funding money around. You need to put money away. Don't blow it all at once, please.
That's applicable to any hierarchy. And that goes for anyone. If you've got money dramas, you can obviously go to Griff first. But like if Griff's not around for whatever reason, and you need to store money for the club, we've got we're going to have to be paying Gov soon for this place, and
that's covered by club money already.
Yeah, I'm aware, but I'm just talking in examples. We've got some big purchase that needs spending or whatever, and you're putting your money aside, you're putting your dues aside every week or whatever, and you don't want to be responsible for that. You can come to any hierarchy and they'll be able to sort that out.
Yeah, actually, real quick, boys, just what I heard. With the money that, the Mr. we know himself, I'm not going to name any names, what do we want to do? Because we still haven't been asked. Do we want to hand that back out and then use some of it for clubby?
Who I know that Joel has
me, Joel, and a couple hang-arounds, and Johnny need money back for the weapon.
Personally, I think that for the moment now, we are still on slightly, but I'd say we hold it. I can help fund some money back to people to get them covered and that sort of stuff, because I've just been pocketing all my money in my dirty. I haven't been spending it. People need some extra money, but we should hold that at the moment in time.
I think
future
we'll just do some club watches and that. We'll just ask for a certain amount of dirty from each prospect plus, and then that can hopefully cover it.
I think the plan that a few of the boys discussed, and I think it was a great idea, after church or on a certain day each week, everyone does watches. And all the gold bars that you make all go into one place, and then it all gets handed in. You can only do one gold exchange every hour, but still 300k, and if heaps of people are doing it, we can get that money back to everyone as soon as possible. But I think we should hold, especially for the moment now, because we are on... Yeah, gold exchange is every hour. You can only give in 100 bars every hour. We found out.
Yeah, so if you were to go to the gold exchange, Ronnie, with 200 bars, you can only sell 100 of them. You can't sell 200. No, it's an hour.
It's an hour. We found out today. We tested it, so.
Does that include the runs themselves? Is that half an hour still, or is that an hour?
Yeah,
it's half an hour. Still half.
I'm saying that we need to work out quotas for members.
We'll discuss that with Treasurer.
We'll discuss that. Yeah, we'll get that figured.
This is just an opinion, but due to there not being much we can do with the money, quotas aren't as necessary right now.
Guns,
no one
backups, washing money, etc. I'm sorry to cut you off, but we do need that money, because when it comes to it, if we don't have it saved and we don't start saving early, we won't have it in the future.
True.
Especially considering there's no way to craft firearms at the moment. If we need club guns, we need to dip into club funds.
A Dom head pop at
club funds
48.50.
And
to be fair, I'm pretty happy with dirty or clean club funds. I would personally, obviously at the end of the day, half and half is like the best, because it means that we can wash other people's dirty and we can buy other things with dirty. So we'll see how we want to do that quota.
Dom popped.
It should be, just as a thought, maybe I'm not sure really in the economy right now, but prospects 100 and the members 50, because members would also be putting in more work towards,
I'm thinking
gifting and etc.
I'm thinking something even easier, like 50 gold bars.
I feel like everyone as a collective should have the same thing at this moment in time, especially to start with. We can't expecting hang-arounds to do all the hard work. I think that hierarchy should be putting in is just as much work as the rest of everyone else.
I would like to see like something like just 50 gold bars a week from everyone.
Just
And
everyone
just in this
just
room
do
alone,
300k each. Everyone just do 100 bars each. It's so simple. It's like 2 or 3 runs. It gets done. It's super simple.
That's
I can fund the dirty
800K
for that
in
too
this
if it's
room.
needed to.
Yeah,
We need the money put away.
That's 800K just in this room alone. Like obviously before Dom popped, and plus
no,
we got a
hang on,
lot more.
That's way more than
That's way more than that.
800K.
It's 2.4 mil with
Wait,
Dom
what?
included.
Oh wait, 300. Yeah, no, I was thinking it's 100K.
It's
Yeah,
300k
no, it's 300K.
each.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. See, that's like a whole fucking three. That is 3 advanced rifles.
I mean,
One
we should just people have some form of guns and stuff at the moment, but we need to hold money.
Yeah, weaponry and power isn't all that right now. I don't think.
Like
I
authority
think
and stuff, and
It's a little
business.
bit weapon and power.
Yeah, no, I'll basically Hydra. The reason why we didn't get the full shipment was to control the amount of guns in the city.
Yeah.
And that is due to we don't want they don't at the moment want, you know, because think about it, if all of us did a full order of guns each and then all sold
40
those guns off, and that was through every org, every person in the city would be strapped to the fucking teeth, and it doesn't work like that. That's why there is sort of that hold right now, and that's also why crafting won't be implemented for a wee while until there are more citizens, or at least there will be like a crafting block. So like you're only allowed to craft a certain amount per week.
You also have to take in perspective that we can be raided at any point
Exactly.
under certain prespecs. That's why anything to do with cops, no cuts, no nothing, but also we want to be avoiding any sort of live gunfire or anything like that. The last thing we need is a raid after all the shit that's been going down recently.
Like we don't want to be like Teamsters, obviously, and like limit you boys to no hostility at all. But you got to take into account, if you take Disciples for an example, they shoot at cops. When they get raided, it is so hard, to recover, and it takes so long to recover. Recovering from a raid is not easy. You lose all your money, all your weaponry, everything. And if you get a massive raid, because of how the city works, there's a chance that obviously there'll be like shared valet, which we might keep weapons, etc. in. That could get raided as well, meaning we pretty much lose everything.
Also, FBOs, we don't want them.
We don't want them.
Don't want them at all. Don't want to see them. Don't want to hear
Are
anything
there
about
FBOs
it.
in the city?
Yes.
And they are gained by only shooting at cops?
There is a few other things involved. They're working on it, but FBOs can gut someone for a very long time. As we know, people in the other city who deal with FBOs, it sucks. You get regularly checked every single time you fly in.
Saying that as well, we don't want to shoot at cops unless extremely necessary. So, for example, shipment nights, because on a shipment night, most of the time, they won't even have time to fucking arrest you. If we are, say, all rolling around in blackout and it's our shipment night, etc. I just got a message from Hydra.
Keep in mind, Aussie and Hydra have the same number.
Inspection in 2 minutes. We will enter your property. Remember, compliance is rewarded. Get on radio. Tell all hang-arounds. We all go down now.
Yeah.
Well, we're all going to be
hang around to the courtyard now. Hang around to the courtyard right now.
Dom?
Yeah.
Kneel 3, boys.
We can
Everyone
get back to the meeting
after. Hang around in the courtyard right now. If you're not at the clubhouse, do not come back.
All right,
think about Nail 3, and when the person comes in, you say Hull Hydra. If you're not here already, do not come.
I swear.
I mean, it's our clubby. Shouldn't we keep cuts on?
Yeah. Cuts on.
Yep.
All right, Nail 3 was. If you're not already here, do not come.
Well, fun stuff.
Other Ronnie and Joel come over here, and then hang around, go behind.
Just quickly. Remember, Hal Hydra, only speak to him if you are addressed.
What did the tick say?
I'll read it. Just if he turns up, I'll just go off my phone. Hydra inspection in 2 minutes. We will enter your property. Remember,
minutes.
compliance will be rewarded.
Okay, just wait for this. Oh, okay,
Helicopter.
damn. Got a machine gun on it.
Hal Hydra.
Hal Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
Hydra.
Hail Hydra. Hail Hydra.
Well, alright, this got really interesting.
Hal Hydra. Good work, boys.
And
Damn. That was that.
Good job.
did he play something, or is that?
Just keep in mind they have been in a clubby, which means it can be bugs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look out for anything they might have dropped, by the way, because they did say.
Probably look for it quickly, because it might, disappear.
There's a chance they didn't put anything, but you know. Everyone just back to meeting room. Good work there, boys, alright?
Cheers, hang-arounds.
Good job, boys.
We're good.
No, I don't think so.
My
Is
thought
that
they just
John
didn't-
downstairs? Was that John?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, that.
John, can you stay in the bar, please? Don't leave the compound. Just want to have a word with him once we're done here.
Who was talking? What were we on?
I think we were
You
actually
were-
discussing money.
Yeah, money.
Yep.
Quotas.
Quotas and money.
That is probably a topic for another time. We don't really want to make
Just-
quotas now. It's more of a
yeah.
hierarchy speak.
Something. Just for now, as a sort of gift thing, just 50 gold bars. Just that's it for now.
300k, sorry. 100 gold bars.
Just get everyone to do
100
100
gold
gold bars each.
Bars.
So that covers
You
the
can just do
300k.
that. You can literally just do that 1 gold a day, and you'll easily get that.
So just the 300k dirty. That covers it for the week. That's just pretty simple for everyone
Or-
to do. You can do it
or
in one
clean.
day.
I also will.
Dirty is a lot
Subject
easier than
to
clean.
change, I'm
Alright, Hydra
guessing.
text.
Oh.
Hydra inspections will happen recently until the clubhouse. Clubhouse is not owned by Hydra. We are ensuring you are keeping the illegal side of your business away. Hydra property, Hydra rules, Hal Hydra. So just say Hal Hydra, Tom.
Sure.
Of course, Hell Hydra.
That means nothing illegal in the clubby boys.
Yep. I mean,
soon,
until things get
until
sorted.
we own it.
We need to pay him for the clubby.
Easy.
Which is pretty simple. How much is the clubby worth?
2
2
million.
mil.
I can front 1 mil right now.
I'll definitely be
Oh,
able
I'll
to
just
front
split
money
it the other
once
way, yeah.
I get my bonuses and
Just
shit as
dirty
well.
or no?
Anything.
Oh, either, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
out of club funds anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can front it 1 mil
Yeah,
dirty
but we-
right now if needed.
We should
We're
be
gonna
covered.
hold on.
We should be covered, actually.
Yeah, we should be covered, but I
we are
can't.
covered.
Yeah, we
I
are.
think we should all just cover it. 240k each. All right, back on to normal.
Joel
All right.
had something to say.
After the quota thing, anything else?
Joel had something to say, and I have another thing.
This is before the Hydra thing.
No,
Yeah,
you just said you had
everything
something
go
to
now,
say.
whatever you need to say.
I've lost my train of thought.
Was it cuts?
Just cuts.
We could talk about cuts.
I've
Yeah,
got
easy.
a big thing on cuts as well.
Just talk about cuts and then Biggie add on to his topic after if that's a good.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think the general census now is that we're keeping this cut and designer for it. I think the boys pretty much are fine with this cut. The only thing that we're changing, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, is we're changing up the emblems a little bit. So we're getting rid of that unlucky 7. I think the idea was to change it to hateful 8.
First 9 is probably the easiest one to do.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not everyone was the first 9, so it's a bit hard.
Let's also talk about what's it called, the emblems on the left side, because I think Prez wanted BAMC to stay off it unless they are hierarchy and above. The tiered, like, you get more emblems with the Men of Mayhem, Dirty Dogs, Rogue Bad Company. That's like the more you move up, the more you get. Like, you start with Men of Mayhem as you remember, and then hierarchy, Dirty Dogs, and then Prez VP, Bad Company as well. It's like a tiered system. 13 doesn't need to be on every cut in the whole fucking place.
No.
It's meant to be the drug guy, the guy who sells drugs. Not everyone's going to do that, theoretically,
Shots,
you know?
by the way.
Huh?
Automatic gunfire.
What, just 13 on the treasurer cut?
Yeah.
Yeah, that fine. Yeah, that works.
I want 21 on every cut as well for BA. Black Angels.
What else?
No rockers on any members' cuts, so just keep that plain.
What is rockers?
Side rockers.
Those are
Like
like
the
your
BAMCal,
respect, loyalty, and
respect.
BAMCal. Those are the rockers on a patch.
Wait, so none at all
None at all.
on any ones?
Nothing. Not on members.
I don't think so. For
Okay.
hierarchy, respect, and loyalty.
And BMC.
and
I think we just keep the same ones for hierarchy.
Okay, so
yeah, and then hold up 1 second, and then I think me and Dodds last night with Dom were talking about the idea of using a specific tailor's model. I think it's called Model 11, where where ours is black becomes like white snakeskin for VP and Prez. I think those are all the ideas for the cuts. If anyone has anything to add,
Hydra message. You pass the inspection, compliance will be rewarded. Check the boot of the white Demon Hawk. You have received your first token from Hydra. Alright, that's my Demon Hawk. Alright, boys, I'm going to be checking that out.
Not everyone
I'll tell you
go.
what it is.
can we just, only Prez go down, everyone come back?
Can
We
everyone
just
come
keep
back
talking.
upstairs, please?
Me and VP will check it out.
Why did you take the cut off?
Yeah,
I
so
don't know, just took it
are we
out.
happy with those ideas? Obviously, we can talk about the Sergeant logo, because that'd be kind of cool, actually, just to differentiate a bit more between hierarchy, because honestly, it...
We got a musket, boys.
That's so good.
Because honestly, it makes a lot of sense for hierarchy to change up their patches the way they want them to, because they do have free reign to do so.
Where's what I say? Hull Hydra, thank you for this token.
Yeah. Yeah, it just makes more sense in the scheme of things. So we can think of different things for those ones.
Okay, I'll write some stuff down there because I'm in contact with the guy and also Roscoe.
Everything is on record, so you could probably just watch backing the recording if you need.
Yeah, but I've got a list that I have to send through.
Yeah, all good, all good.
So I've got here. There's reps on the shoulders which need to be removed. So on the top of the shoulders, you'll notice is the blackbirds. They need to be removed. Obviously. Okay. So what were the? I'll write down exactly what the order was for like per hierarchy member for the right side. I'll just write that down now if you want to say.
Can I speak with you downstairs about the
No, not right
situation?
now. You need to get off radio. Keep going.
So I've got, and obviously, we'll just put the other stuff on top of it. The unlucky 7 and putting what do you say the something 9?
First one.
It's the first 9, but that's to do with all larger clubs.
Yeah. Also, the thing
yeah.
is,
So hateful. Sorry.
I will say the thing. I don't think we should get anything to do with original members. If we want to do that, we'll just get an original patch made for originals only, and that would be well in future. Because the problem is, if we put like Hateful 8 or something on it, and then say someone steps out of the club, and then the new road cap or something can't wear that because they weren't a Hateful 8. You know what I mean? So that's where it doesn't work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We can still get something cool there, but I just think that we don't do that. We could get original chapter or something. You know what I mean?
Pretty much then
Yes.
leave the lucky 7 then, I guess, and leave the original in there, and then have other ones you can take them off. That's the easiest way to do it, I guess, because original means original chapter. So anyone who joins the club is an original because they're part of the original chapter. But the lucky 7 is the first 7. They initiated the club.
I think that if we want, because I think we can keep these in city, it'd be kind of nice to get those textures for the secretary and treasurer, because then that means if we want to, the original 7 can wear this cut if they want, and then also have the option for the other one.
Yeah, so basically what I've got is so originally it was remove unlucky 7 and make it hateful 8. Instead, just I guess remove unlucky 7 and keep original. Also, the members and prospect base color will stay black. The hierarchy will have black snakeskin, and then VP and Prez will have white snakeskin. Also, what else did you want taken out? You wanted no BAMCal for members?
Yeah, I will say, I like the snakeskin, but like, obviously, if people are hierarchy as well, it is quite nice for them to have something, maybe something doesn't have to be snakeskin up top. It could be like, you know how pales, they have like, dragon scales almost as well. You could do something on the shoulders, maybe even the same one, but in white that we've got now.
Yeah,
I think that we should stick with
the black base coat for members, the black snakeskin for hierarchy, and then white snakeskin for VP and Prez.
Yeah, good.
And what did you want gone? So from members cards, you want no respect, loyalty, and BAMCal?
Yeah. Should we keep AFFA, boys?
Yeah, keep AFFA.
Remove the 13.
Respect and loyalty is hierarchy, not members. BAMCal also gets added on top of respect and loyalty for Prez and VP.
Yeah. Maybe we can get something on the other side for each role as well, you know what I mean? Could look at doing that. Like, Enforcer could be like something to do with enforcing. We could have something to do with road cap, etc. Because that would be quite nice to have.
That's what I was saying when you guys were checking out the musket. The sergeant,
we could have
sergeant at arms could have the little sergeant like 3 arrow that go up thing.
Oh yeah.
Like that could be some like cool shit to like differentiate.
We could just have a like, or like mayhem or something. Since you do run like all the hostilities as a sergeant at arms, you know what I mean?
I reckon the military style sergeant logo would actually be
cool. I'm just like brainstorming ideas for like what we could do there. And
And
like
then
road
Biggie-
cap, you could have something, same with enforcer, etc.
So what are the side things called? The respect, loyalty, and BAMCal?
Side
Side
rockers.
rockers.
And then the other things, they're just patches, aren't they?
Yeah, the patches that Men of Mayhem, Dirty Dogs, Bad Company, it progresses. Men of
Yeah.
Mayhem members, Dirty Dogs hierarchy, so they got both. VP Prez, Bad Company as well, all three.
Yeah.
And 13 removed off it as well. Just
Yeah,
and
13
add 21.
treasurer.
So 13 is treasurer,
Yeah,
and
so everyone else has a 21.
and then everyone else has 21.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Treasure has a 13 and a 21 though. I would like to see that. They might have like a. Doesn't we could have like his 21?
Yeah, move the
in a
1 and the
triangle.
13th. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say that the treasurer is like side rocker instead of BAMCal could be like the word 13,
Ooh, that could
Um,
make sense.
or just like the patch 13, just so that they can
Yeah,
have it there.
or they have a top rocker on the left that says 13 as well as BAMCal.
Yeah.
True.
Mm.
I thought BAMCal was only prison.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
It will be. Yes.
That's why the BAMCal gets taken away for everyone, and they have their own separate hierarchy thing that goes
I actually
there.
do like that because it's like BAMCal is like you're the top role, but then everyone having their separate things super cool because it means that everyone in hierarchy has a different patch,
Yeah,
including
that-
Prez and Vice.
That 13 side rocker might be a good way to go about it.
Another
If
thing,
there's no room for another diamond, but there
Mm.
might be. So.
another thing that we could think about adding, just getting down to details, would be in my like hip area, getting lacing.
Yeah.
In there.
Oh yeah, I saw the photo
definitely.
of that. That's hot.
We could get
Yeah,
lacing
so-
on the sides.
Make
of
them a
the
little bit bigger
patch.
so we can put more stuff under them.
That's a city thing, not a designer thing.
Okay, so it was just the hoodie being a bit big.
Yeah, it's the hoodies
Just
about
get
ours-
more
40.
spacing.
Pretty sure ours is
Yeah.
the same size as Diamond.
So do you mean lacing on shoulders and down the side seams?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We could do the shoulders.
I don't think shoulders as much.
I honestly I'm not really sold on shoulders to be
Okay.
honest.
That's
I'd rather
fine.
have buckles down the middle than lacing on shoulders as well, because buckles do look quite nice. We got to think as well. Like, I did kind of like that little AK that the dude did in the diamond. That could be something that the sergeant at arms has. Like, we could all have.
Or the enforcer.
Or the enforcer could have. As well. Like, if we did have 3 diamonds, you know, like road cap could have a little motorcycle, enforcer could have an AK,
True.
Sarge could have like the sergeant at arms thing there, plus on the side rocker, you know.
Need to talk to
Vi-
Gov about back tattoos.
And then I was
Yeah.
gonna say that the enforcer's side rocker could be brother, because like
Yeah,
they're
that's
big
sick.
brothers.
That is cool.
I'm not sold on the shoulder stitching on the
Neither.
shoulder laces.
Yeah,
by the
no.
way, I just
Oh
had a
yeah,
look
yeah,
at
yeah.
it.
I've
It's
only
I
put
don't
down.
think a lot of
I've
us
only
are.
I've only put lacing down the side under arms, and that's the only one.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
No dramas.
With uniform as well, the necklaces, gold hierarchy, silver member,
Yep.
no necklace, prospects, etc. Just so you boys know.
Awesome.
Oh, real? I didn't even know that. I just put this on.
Sorry,
I just thought
I've
it looked good.
I've put down.
There's also a black one as
Wait,
well.
being
So
serious?
black grips on shoulders need to be fixed. Members prospect black base. Hierarchy have black snakeskin, white snakeskin for VP and Prez. Side rockers for hierarchy. Oh no, yeah. So yeah,
Loyalty,
side rockers
respect
for
every
hierarchy. Yeah,
and
hierarchy
then custom
only.
ones for the certain roles. in the
Patches
BMC.
go up with the rank. Treasurer has 13. The word 13. Sergeant has the sergeant logo. Enforcer has brother.
Yeah. What does road cap have? We reckon
I mean, it could literally just say like captain. I mean,
that's pretty. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of
Yeah.
daft. We'll think of that. I think secretary could be like. What do you reckon? We'll think of some words because obviously we don't have the he can make the
definitely.
he can make
I
the
was
press
thinking-
one first and then
I was
get
thinking-
outside rocker sorted.
I was thinking. No, never mind.
Just say it because
Oh.
anything's good.
I was thinking peacekeeper because everybody goes to him for like shit.
I mean, that
issues that they're
works. Also,
There could
like,
be
if
a
I wear
smaller
it
word though, because
somewhere.
they won't fit.
P-E-A-C-E-K-E-E-P-E-R.
Might
That
be
same,
just such a little long.
It still doesn't. It's not spelled right, is it? It should PACE.
no, P-E-A-C-E is
This
5.
should be long. Like
Yeah, it has to fit where BAMC is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the patches here.
Yeah. It has to fit where BAMC is. So like even if something like peace,
Trusted.
we could
trust.
or like just trust.
Do we want to keep both, like, whether loyalty is loyalty, and then, like, for hierarchy, where BAMCO is respect, or do we want to keep it tiered on top of each other?
I think that, in my
Respect
opinion,
and
the two
loyalty
stay
makes
on top
sense.
of each other, and
Because
then the
then
one
you have
on the
your-
other side
yeah,
changes with
You
the
have like
rank.
your custom one to the side.
Yeah.
I do want to get
Because
those a
Prez
little
and
less.
VP have their own color and also their own patches on their chest.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I also want to get I was thinking of it. Obviously, I think what we could do, we get a black and a white sweater. I'll show you. I bring it to the meeting. What type of sweater I want to go underneath the patches to get customized. Just one of these style sweaters, and customize it to see how it's plain white. We black out the writing so it's white, and we get black down one, angels down the other, AFA down the middle, so it shows you the patch. Just my thoughts. I think that'd be quite a nice one because it fits.
But you also have to keep in mind that with the changes of cuts and stuff like that, that could take up a clothing spot. So if we're getting new cuts done, one cuts for hierarchy, especially if they're snakeskin, they might classify as a second clothing.
No, we can put. We want all prospect. We want them all under the same one at the end of the day. We were talking about
so
that.
they're all just going to be like a texture.
Even prospects, I want under the same
It's
one.
the same kind of thing as, like, different, like, sweaters changing colors, like.
Dime Breed
as long
has
as it's
their
the same
prospect one
shape,
under the
we should be
same
fine.
as the Prez. So I want that to happen. If we can talk to the guy about doing that. Real quick, since obviously our patch here, as you can see, isn't actually patched.
What do you mean patched?
Like it's not embroidered, as you can see. Obviously, I know you guys don't like the design well made or anything. But I did look at it and I thought that I could ask him to outline the wings a little bit with like a grey or a white and see what that looks like, and we could maybe get that put on the patches and then just have this as our logo for like ads and clubby, etc. Just so it actually looks embroidered and nice like that, you know what I mean?
My idea is that we keep it all going through one guy, so we could ask that guy that Roscoe is going through to do it.
To embroider.
And we can get we can be in contact with him, and he can send us design ideas, and we say yes, no.
Easy.
So are we wanting the skeleton change to be less animated?
We don't want it animated at all. We want it all embroidered. Because
no, I mean, like, are we wanting the are we wanting to change the skeleton?
If you can make the skeleton the exact same but embroidered like Dime Breed's cut, that's literally perfect. But it just has to be embroidered because I don't want to get another cut and it's not embroidered again.
Oh, good. Is that everything on the cuts then?
Yep.
Alright, so anything else?
Anything else? Because then we got the two most important things that me, Dodsy, and VP need to talk about.
I want to chat with you guys as well before you guys do your little meeting thing. You want to get John up here?
No, like this is with everyone.
We'll get John up here.
Okay. And
John, come up, please.
Wait,
Chris as well?
No, we have something we need to talk about first.
Oh, hold off for a minute, please.
Alright.
Oh, good.
Alrighty. So this is pretty simple. Like, okay, so obviously you know me and Dom are the two founders of the club, correct? You boys know that we founded this club.
Yep.
So me and Dom, if you look at my name under the emails, it's Trey brackets Act Prez. So it says acting Prez because me and Dom didn't know how set in stone we wanted that. Obviously we always need a president to start off with, etc. But moving forwards, we want to make sure that we have someone in the president role that we think will do best for the club. That being said, the man to my left, Dodzy, he will. I know, like obviously, he's going to be VP usually and shit, but he's going to be stepping into Prez role. We think that
Congrats.
he is the best person for it. We've seen him doing so much. He's done the most for the club. He speaks extremely well at meetings. I'm going to be stepping down to road captain. I know it's like a massive job, obviously, but that in mind, being a founder of the club, I am road cap with, I guess, founding say in the club, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
any big decisions involving pretty much anything inside the club, I'll be making that decision. I'll be talking in those meetings. But to the outside, Dodsey will be stepping in. We've obviously got to get that all done. So until that happens, I'm still Prez, obviously. But yeah, we just need to get that off. I just make sure that
Is
everyone
Dom
knows
staying
that.
VP?
Yeah. Just makes more sense. We don't want to have to move around hierarchy heaps.
Exactly.
Yeah. After we finish with the John thing, I want to chat with you three on the right or something.
Yeah.
No dramas.
Yeah, after everyone goes.
Yeah, there is also, if you want to call the hang-arounds up, we'll have a discuss with John.
Have a discussion with John, and then we'll bring everyone else up. I want to do this with just John, with everyone else at the table, just to show
John,
his respect.
come up
Did
to
you say there was two
the
things?
table.
Yeah.
There were two
That
things?
can be happen. That second one can actually happen with hang-arounds here. Makes more sense. Yeah, so only John.
You can come up and
I
stand.
think the other guy's in his head, so.
You can come
Easy,
stand
easy.
next to me.
Fucking planned a bit well, eh?
Alright, if you want to
I
go
think the
stand
other
next to
loser-
Griffs, that'd be good.
Come here, John.
Starts talking
Come on,
shit.
John.
I think the loser downstairs has dozed off.
Yeah. That fucking idiot, bro! Fuck!
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh my
I was holding it together so hard.
Okay.
Sorry, John. Jake, only one hang around, bro.
Oh, is that what the second thing is? Jake gets second prez?
He's a gov prez.
Fuck, that was funny.
We can do it with Jake or not here.
That's fine.
Anyway, John, we want to. Everyone at this table has been notarizing and making sure that you're doing extremely well, and we all want to be here to support you and say that you're doing extremely well. I've just said that twice in a fucking row now. Currently, no patch at the moment. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna hit it with the sad news straight away. But you are doing everything right, and everyone is like applauding you. So everyone at this table wants to congratulate you for doing such a great job. Keep your head up high, mate. Keep that chin up. You're doing an amazing job.
Doing an excellent job, mate.
Everyone at this table is here.
Keep it up, bro.
Alright, keep your ears out. Keep your head swiveled on. You're doing an amazing job, mate.
Yeah. And thank you for all the support and all that.
So good, man.
All good, mate.
We're a brotherhood around here, right? We support everyone.
Yeah.
I know, get the fuck back in line. No, kid. It's, yeah.
You can hang out with our other hang around, Jake.
You're
Alright, boys. On the topic of good news, Dom, do you want to take over?
Yeah, no worries. So obviously with Roscoe moving over to Treasurer, it is important to be getting that Sergeant at Arms spot filled, especially given the last couple of days and what has been happening there with that amount of hostility. It'll be good to have someone leading that. So the person I have been watching is actually every time we've had any hostile action, I've noticed they're doing everything right. Obviously trying to get our boys out first. Even while not in the spot, they have been like trying to fill that and telling people what they should be doing to keep everyone safe. And
Not you, Johnny.
it has, it has definitely
Jumping the gun a bit, mate.
worked out well for them. And I think that Joel, mate, you'd be a great spot for this position. So if everyone give a round of applause to Joel there.
Sheesh.
That's a strike. That's a
Get
strike.
Get in the
It's-
boxing ring.
It's
Out
not
in the
my
boxing
patch.
ring.
It's not my patch.
That's true. It's
What? So you're disrespecting the members patch? You're disrespecting us?
Oh.
Huh?
Wow.
Okay, I think you're better than me.
Is that a face mask at church? I see.
Oh, it's-
Oh, two strikes in one go, bro. Oh,
No, when you get a new patch, all your strikes go away.
They got all the strikes out of the way. No, he
I
had
don't
the
know. I
mask
don't know
on while they
shit on the
signed the arms
document,
back.
but there's 2 strikes down there.
This is all recorded evidence. You want to come say a few words,
Yeah.
Joel?
Congratulations,
You wanna-
Sarge.
Cheers, lads. Thanks all for coming. I don't know. Feels a bit like a fucking funeral right now. We're gonna miss him. Roscoe, not in Sergeant at Arms.
we gathered today.
Yeah. No, we're all here because we love the fucking club, eh? Yeah. We got this club here, and everyone was pretty fucking stoked. So there's obviously a bit of connection that we all have with Black Angels. Let's fucking strive as the Brotherhood, eh? Let's not fucking jump ahead.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Because we fucking want to. Let's do
Yeah.
this together and get it done right.
Joey
patch
suck at
manual?
running hostilities, by the way.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
okay. This isn't a hostility. This is a funeral, bro. Let's show some respect. Okay,
Easy.
good shit.
Hey, thanks for the words. Get all the fucking peasants in here.
Alright,
everyone who's
anyone that's on radio, you boys can all come to the meeting room. If you're not in your head.
Alright, when everyone gets here, I have one word. It's pretty simple.
Is there anyone that is on radio that's not here?
Well, I have one word. They come up here, pull that gun, run. Oh, wait. Jake's been here for like a 1/10 of the meeting. He's already a member.
Yeah, I gave him Joel's iPad.
Give it-
I'd like to
another-
welcome our new road captain. No.
we're initiating him in.
Nah, just
Oh,
get
it's
attached.
like the
Right,
grips
we're gonna
of
do a
Teamsters.
massive. We're gonna do a massive.
Who's that?
We'll do like a big ceremony and shit. Getting Dodds in and all that, and obviously then I'll lead the ride out of the ceremony and shit. And,
Is there-
just do something like that. And me and Doddsy maybe have a boxing match at the end of it, eh?
Is there anyone else?
Nah,
Alright.
no
Alright,
one's even.
why
there.
do we have people here? Alright, people with beefs with each other in the Brotherhood. Alright, I'll be notarizing and that sort of stuff. But if you guys want to sort it out, we have a fucking ring. Nothing happens outside of that. None of the streets, no arguments, no nothing. You could shit talk each other, but if you want to sort it out, we have a ring. And it has to be sorted, organized through me and the hierarchy for that day. And everyone will witness it, and at the end of the day, once you boys leave that ring, that shit's done. Doesn't happen any other time. Understand?
Perfect.
Hey, fuck.
I want to just add one little bit to that, if I may. The winner takes the loser at a hospital, just out of a sign of respect for getting in the ring with each other.
Yep.
And
Hey,
all
fair.
rights attack to the hospital. All right.
Also,
So-
boys, can I just say, don't ever pester someone for a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trey.
Hmm.
I wonder.
I'm not here.
Uh,
I took
there,
my
Okay,
patch off.
now that he's not prez, he's getting fired. It's okay.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's another one.
Oh, Jake, come on, bro, exit.
Yeah.
Come on, not the time, Jake.
Yeah. Joel has the catering business, so if you're interested in a job and you're willing to do the work, speak to him or put the docket in there. There is other jobs around the city. Pretty sure the boys have figured out that lumberjacking might be the best way to make money at the moment. Fishing works as well. Doddsy and Biggie went out and did all these jobs, so if you need any extra information, get in contact with them. Yeah, stockpile your money. Don't fucking spend it on random shit. Trey.
What do you mean, Trey? I bought a house and...
John Ramley buying a Ferrari today. We're not going to have any words about that. Let's not say anything about that. But please be stockpiling your money, especially for shipments or any other thing that comes up that we need to purchase towards the club. Also, the other thing, the man on my right has funded a lot of things to do with this club. It is not mandatory, but if you boys are willing to dig into your pockets to support the man, he has put his details in the emails. So
Again, not
But yeah,
necessarily.
by funded,
is
he
not
means out
necessary.
of city money.
Out of
not
city
in
money,
city
not
money.
in city money. If you want to be that, there'll be he has put it up there. People are willing to put money in, and we want to support. He has funded a lot of stuff for us.
Can I just add
And
to that
we'll
real quick?
continue to do with these new cuts. I'm happy to pay the guy who, all the additions to the cuts, I should say.
Sorry,
All
can you
that
hear
sort
me
of
at the
stuff
back of the
that'll-
room now?
Hmm?
Alright, sorry,
Yep.
couldn't hear me. Yeah, as I was saying, it's not necessary, but if you're willing to dig into your pockets to do it, it'd be greatly appreciated.
And if you don't feel like doing it, but you want to do something for the club, just put aside money in city. Don't worry about. I'm not too stressed about out of city money. That's also an option as well.
Real quick,
Right,
as obviously, still Prez. As you boys can tell, there's a fucking reason why we chose Dodsey to step in. So I do not want to hear any fucking complaints.
You have to
or I
tell
will
the hangarounds.
personally- Yeah, no, they will find out when it happens. I will have your fucking head at my desk, alright? So no fucking complaints.
I'll have your head on my boxing
dude,
ring.
get it
In
disc
the
is-
same in
Okay.
the same vein of that, though, if you do have any issues, I do want you to come to me.
Mm.
I don't want to have dramas started behind my back about stuff like that. I would much rather hear what I'm doing wrong than have it boil to a point where we're fucking at each other's throats, because we are a brotherhood, and I die for anyone who in this fucking room and anyone who wears the colours. But if there's any,
That's what
like
the
vice versa too.
that's
Yeah.
what the enforcers there to like take that information in and then
Yeah.
tell you,
100%.
even if they want it anonymous or not.
Yeah, also on that, yeah, if you're scared as
Yeah.
well, come talk to me. I'll also talk on your behalf as well. Being a founder, I'm definitely not scared to say anything that needs improvement in this club, because I do not want this club to fall and fail.
If you need a meeting, come speak to me. If you're not comfortable sitting in front of everyone else, or if you just want to talk to me and I can use the words for you, I can notarize it down and then give it to Dodsey.
Yeah.
If-
Shit can be anonymous as well. I'm totally cool with
Also,
that. If you've got
yes, you
anonymous
don't have
tips.
to give. If you want your name on this, it can go. And if you don't want a name on this, that's completely fine.
We might even set up an anonymous inbox as well in the emails, just even so anyone that doesn't want anyone knowing who it was can do that. And
Did-
if
The anonymous inbox is the enforcers,
Yeah.
by the way. That's
Yeah.
like
And on that topic, if anyone starts asking around saying, "Oh, I didn't bring up that topic," etc., I don't want to see that happening, because then it will create this kind of thing where a lot of people be like, "Oh, I didn't bring up this topic," and then people will start kind of blaming it on one person. And the whole point of it being anonymous is just it gets said, it gets answered, it gets dealt with, nothing further, no questions asked outside of that topic.
Like,
If
as
you have the
mentioned
beef,
earlier,
it's in the ring.
Yeah, just bring any problem that needs to be sorted out. Like, if you feel as though you're going to start talking shit, at least talk shit to the enforcers, and they can transform that into a proper
Constructive.
problem that can be brought to the person.
Yeah.
Easy.
Very
Shit,
nice.
yes.
Fuck yeah. And can we get yeah, and on the third day, fucking God said yo fucking yowza. I think so.
We're not
Shoot,
Black
boys.
Power, Biggie.
I mean,
If we are done, can I get everyone on the right and Joel to stick behind? And if everyone's good.
yeah.
Oh, hold on, one more thing just to add.
Oh, there you go.
It's only a quick one. Like Joe was saying earlier about the underneath the cut sweaters, I have actually got something signed. I can chuck those up in the emails
Oh,
shortly.
sweet. Yeah,
Yeah,
easy.
perfect.
Wait, sorry, one last thing. Hostilities, if we're in a situation, only talk if need to. If one person asks location, do not keep pestering. If someone needs to pester, that is Sergeant at Arms' job to make sure that those comms get through and everyone knows what they're doing, right?
There will be held training.
Location, all right?
There will be road captain training and also gun range and call out training, and I will notify everyone which days that happen and what time. So everyone will keep an eye on the emails when time gets organized. Try and be in city. It's not mandatory, but it's nice to know.
Also, gun range isn't being used.
Gun range is
permitted. Fully done.
It's not permitted at the moment.
I think the pings of everyone in the emails has slowed down a bit. So if you're like me, we can finally unmute the emails.
Oh yeah, thank fuck.
It's probably worth doing at this point.
I mean, what?
So we see some announcements coming through. Let's unmute it, boys. It's about time.
Just keep if you're unmuted, just keep everything else muted except for announcements if you're that worried about it.
Sweet. Rings as well. They're coming in soon. Let's try to keep it members and above for now. Subject to change.
You can also thank Dodsy for that one as well.
Bike colors. How do we feel about hang-arounds just can do base black? And
they can have bike colors.
And then
that's
once
actually a good point.
Yeah, and then once they get prospected in, they're allowed to have that white pearl or extra white colors on it. So it's either base black, base white, or so it's either they can either have a black bike or a white bike, and then as soon as they get prospected in, it's they can have the pearl, they can mix the colors.
Joel is compiling a list of bikes. We will work on colors and stuff like that, or who is what. And a regular weekly inspection will also be happening as well.
Yeah. Club-approved bikes will come in, boys, for different ranks and stuff. Stay tuned.
It will as soon as everyone knows, you boys will know. Like, information will be public to everyone.
I know we keep saying last thing, but you see a black Lexus or you see a helicopter that comes onto the property, you get on your fucking knees. All right, you take your mask off and you get on your knees.
Also, if you get contacted by so-called person, you'll let someone in hierarchy know.
Instantly. There's no delay.
There is no delay.
Even if they ask for you to just go to location, if they don't say anything about do not tell anyone, if they say do not tell anyone else, don't, because we don't want to cause problems. If they say just come alone, you can tell someone, but we follow the guidelines as well, obviously.
Someone down the end wanted to speak. Do you want to come up here?
Yeah, Jimmy,
you want to come up?
Make sure you're shouting, bud.
Can't even hear him.
I thought I was going to say something before, but I forgot.
Jimmy, your voice box turned on?
Yeah, you need to reset your voice box, mate.
Smoking on that voice box.
Also, real quick, boys. Since when I sit down the road cap, obviously, I won't have a massive workload, so anything you boys need done, etc., that might be, confused on which hierarchy to go to, you can always come to me because everyone else will have bigger workloads than me.
If I'm not in the city. Yeah. Or just, I'm regularly here, so emails work as well.
Jimmy, can you try to speak again, maybe?
If it's not working, Jimmy...
Still can't hear you, mate.
Is it...
We can jump into the email.
Is it personal or is it club related?
Raise your hands if it's personal.
And then drop them if it's club related. No, club related.
Just,
is it major
like a sign language or something?
Hang on, I can unmute and I can have a listen to him. 1 second.
Easy. Just relay the information to us.
Just whisper it into his ear. Go over there, Dodds. Get it. Make him so he can,
Yeah. Just whisper it into my ear in the
We know you're shy without your mask on, but
also gov related. Don't be using emails for any talking. That's the stuff.
Meetings.
Except for meetings, everything else is banned.
Like church days. If we catch that, it's pretty much an instant loss of patch. We don't want any breaking gov. Okay.
Yeah.
The thing is the reason we can use emails for a meeting is because if someone's not around, etc., they can jump in that meeting with us as well, as long as it's all in city talk.
Awesome. So what's up?
Only for
All right. So the question from Jimmy was: is the rule of 4 for hangaround still a thing as it was in the Blue City?
That's a question for Jake.
What is
That's
the rule of
that's a
4?
good question.
The
for
rule of
Jake.
4, what?
Uh,
So
so
the rule is four is if you're not in an org, or if you are mixing orgs, you can only have 4 people in that battle. So like, yeah. So if you're a hangaround, you're technically not part of the org. Therefore, you can only have 4 of you fighting. What is your guys' stand on that, Jake?
I think it's more they're part, but not a part of the organization fully yet.
So it's based on the scenario.
Yeah.
Oh,
more or
okay.
less.
So that's
Easy.
very good.
So if
So
it's
say-
aimed at
Perfect.
all of us, then hangarounds are involved.
Yeah.
If it's aimed at more like the patches that we're wearing, hangarounds aren't really
Yeah.
involved because they're not patched in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so
that's-
say like you know how the Lucianos have been terrorizing the city.
Yeah.
Like say Dying Breed go, hey, Black Angels, pull up, the Lucianos are, shooting. We can pull up and, join in that scenario if that makes sense.
Yeah, because with the MCs and organizations with the hangarounds aren't meant to be a part of the organization
Yep.
until they're a patch member.
Exactly.
Or prospect in MCs.
Yeah.
Easy.
Also for anyone that
or
doesn't
even
know,
prospect.
old mate Jake right there is a gov member. So
Yes.
Yeah.
You
He's
should
a-
know that before when he walked into the room randomly and then started doing
He
the
just-
patches.
He's just trying
Very
to start a
sneaky.
new chapter in a different city. He's
Yeah,
come
but-
back to like say a little hello.
Bro, we've got so many hangarounds now. I can't keep track. He actually could
Mother
be a
chapter.
hangaround as far as I'm aware.
It's probably
I know
Diego.
I know as soon as I saw the beard and the glasses.
yeah.
Possibly
just-
getting Jake
Just so you
involved in
know,
every
I'm
church.
not actually a part of the organization. I'm just
Yeah.
here to have fun. And
No, no, you've got the hangaround.
What do you
hoodie on.
mean?
Yeah.
That's actually, well, technically, boys, just to tell you, boys, it's not just restricted to hangarounds. Obviously, people can't be wearing it around, but if we're going on rides, we are allowed to hand out those hoodies to people at the start of the rides and collect them in at the end.
Yeah.
Sweet. Is that everything, boys?
I think that's everything, boys.
Do you guys want to go to?
When you chuck the musket away.
We do need to have a quick talk. I think Dodds Griff wanted one.
Fuck, I've lost my train of fucking thought. I have to speak to Jake about it once he's free about something.
Oh, fuck.
But the other thing is talking about hierarchy and Joel, and everybody else is clear. to
Oh,
go.
wait,
That's what I was
Jake,
saying.
actually, I do have one last question just for you. It's real quick. How many prospects and members can we have all up in the org, considering they count as part of the org?
I don't know about that.
Easy. We'll get that sorted then.
Yeah, okay.
Jimmy, John, if you guys are going to be around for a bit, we need someone to box Jimmy in the ring for his
yeah.
hang around thing.
Jake?
Jake.
Jake?
No.
Maybe.
If he wants to. Alright. Anyone that's not hierarchy, we're gonna be having a chat. So if you guys wanna
Fuck off.
scooch out now.
Yeah, dog.
That's an order.
No, not yet.
Not yet. I still call those shots.
Prez, I'll talk to you alone after if that's good as well.
Yeah, we're good.
Uh,
You're not hierarchy, mate.
Mate.
Do you have something to say?
Johnny's hierarchy.
Forces don't classify as hierarchy.
Alright, get out, Johnny.
Okay.
This is
I thought
this
they
is
were
hierarchy meeting. This is so this is
Easy.
Prez, VP, Secretary, Treasurer, kind of, and Sergeant. They're the hierarchy.
I will say, obviously, when I step down the road cab, I do want to
Yep.
be part of these conversations being a founder.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
one thing.
Few things to consider. One of them was that I was going to put my hand up about Joel being Sergeant, but we already organised that one.
Yeah.
We are missing a few spots.
Tail gunner.
We're missing a tail gunner, and
some thoughts on
also, yeah, thoughts. I'm with John's doing a really good well, but we can't do that
Just
quickly.
put him straight into the
No.
tail gunner.
Yeah,
No, I was actually-
I was thinking of here's the thing, mate. I know Biggie really wants Enforcer.
Yeah.
Get him into tail gunner, but work closely with Johnny, considering they're both not hierarchy.
So I was actually thinking the opposite of that. I was thinking
Okay.
Johnny
Tail gunner.
goes into tail gunner and Biggie steps up into enforcer. Maybe
So-
Matt gets enforcer if he's around.
Yeah, that's true. I spoke to Johnny today. He's going to be dealing with more in-head school stuff. So I was actually thinking about possibly having the 2 enforcers on, in just in case we have an issue, but also moving him to tail and Biggie up to enforcer could be a great idea.
Yeah, obviously with me moving down from Pres, it's good as well because I have in-head school.
Because tail gunner is pretty much like the second in command for riding on roads and that sort of stuff. They make sure the back is clear. If anyone needs help with the back repairing etc, that gets sorted. But we have a few different roles to fill and make sure that they're filled correctly.
Just real quick, should we get
It sounded like you had thoughts on that, Joel. Was that Remaka?
Yeah, no, the Macca thing. I don't think him from prospect to enforcer would be a particularly
No. I forgot. I
favorite.
forget he's not full patched.
It's because he hasn't been in city at all.
Yeah.
He needs to be.
He's actually been in city.
He's in city. He's not around with the club.
No,
He's
it doesn't matter.
He's not really motivated in the club.
He needs to be motivated with us. End of story, really.
Yeah.
Should we get? I was just gonna say, should we get a like an original founding member patch made just for the original 7 to wear if we ever want to? Like just along.
So I thought
maybe eventually down the road.
I thought that was Lucky 7. Unlucky 7. Sorry, I thought
Unlucky 7
yeah,
is.
But the thing
it's gonna be
is,
hard. You could do life member patches.
Yeah, I'm keen on life member.
It's called like the first set or original is normally what you do for original people like founders.
I guess in the future, if some of us boys are still around, then we can get them done.
Yeah.
And then like that's when we get things like founder patches, national patches, etc. So those type of things done in one set.
All right. So
wait, sorry. Also, I forgot to add. We need the nomad cut along with the member cuts.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. We'll
That's literally just replacing Australia, taking the 1% off, and having nomad instead of Australia.
And the 13, obviously.
No 13.
No 1%.
No 1% as well. Yeah.
It's
no
just
side rockers.
There's nothing except for
It's actually
nomad.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
We would have-
taking the prospect one and just putting nomad there.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
would
that's
still have
basically it.
we'd still have the logo and Black Angels, obviously.
Yeah. So thoughts on the tail gunner is possibly moving Johnny to tail and Biggie into enforcer, or possibly the other way around. I mean, it's everyone's. This is why I'm bringing it to the table because we need these spots filled technically, especially with anything.
We're talking about it, and that's what I thought. To be fair, and in the
nicest way possible, Johnny hasn't really been doing enforcer duties, and that's fine. That is what it is. But Biggie, I think it's less that he hasn't been doing enforcer duties, more that Biggie's been exceeding expectations on enforcer duties.
Okay.
So I'd like to see him as an enforcer, regardless of where Johnny goes.
Do we want to bring the 2 boys up and get their words on this, just to see where they're at? Biggie and Johnny, can you both come up, please?
Yeah,
coming, baby.
I think
this
the thing is,
stuff like this needs to be sorted as soon as possible.
Just a quick question. Hangarounds dismissed from Clubby or not yet?
Yeah, you guys are good.
Make sure you're rolling in 2 or more if you're in college, just because they're Lucianas at the moment. We don't want you boys getting shut up, considering you're not allowed to wield pistols on you.
Do you want me to go as well, since I'm not involved?
It's up to you. It's up to your discretion.
What about Ronnie for tail gunner?
Ronnie?
Fuck no.
Jeez.
He's too young, sorry.
Alright, Biggie and Johnny.
It's not
Hey,
even that,
boys.
it's just immature.
Alright,
so can I come up, or?
You're not involved in this.
Yeah, we'll probably involve him afterwards. Just all the members once.
We might involve you afterwards.
So, you've been doing heaps of work for the club, Biggie. You're doing an amazing job, mate, and Ronnie's doing a great idea. It's come to the attention that we have a tail gunner role available. A few of us have put up to like a small vote about possibly a role switch between you two. About moving Biggie into enforcer and you into tail gunner, Johnny.
Yeah. Right.
What would be your thoughts on that? Because it is like a decision that comes with us, but we'd like to hear your thoughts on that situation. Because Biggie has been doing a great job with like following like enforcer rules and doing the good job. And you're dealing with like some personal stuff coming up. So you said that you're not going to be as free all the time.
Yeah, 100% with the schools and shit. Yeah, he has been doing a lot of shit. I don't really mind what I do. whatever you guys are happy with me
Yeah,
doing.
but it's still a decision that comes in, but also we want your opinion because you're part of the Brotherhood. We're not going to force you into something without checking first. It is like a final decision, but still, we want to hear people's thoughts.
Yeah, I don't really mind it. I have no problem.
Obviously, it'd still be hierarchy.
Yeah. You wouldn't be major like pretty much super important conversations. Tail gunner, even enforcer, most likely won't be involved in those. Main hierarchy, like if it's just we just call in general hierarchy meetings, like discussing if someone's getting patched, how we're going to do it, to member, etc. We'll be there. You boys still park in front of me at when we park up, etc. Like you guys count in that. You'll still stand in front of members at meetings and that. Also, what we're going to add is thinking about obviously if both of you are in city or just you, Johnny, are in city, still doing a little bit of enforcing. You know what I mean? Just so
Especially
Biggie doesn't have that full load on his shoulders, because obviously there are quite a lot of enforcing to do throughout an MC.
we were going to have. I was going to put at the table at possibly having both of you as enforcers, but at the moment we don't need that. We need people in right spots at the right time at this point in time.
Just so you're aware, tail gunner and enforcer are hierarchy included in the table chats.
Yeah.
Table chats and stuff. So they are technically hierarchy.
Yeah, they're involved in the like hierarchy, but like final decisions and stuff are involved with higher ups.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, tail gunner.
Biggie, your thoughts, mate?
I'm just listening.
He's so
He's
happy.
so excited.
He's so happy.
He's so excited.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, at the end of the day, Johnny, as well, we don't want this conversation.
This
to be,
isn't a demotion. This
no.
is not a demotion. Don't think it is as a we are picking sides or anything. This is no way close to a demotion, mate.
You're still as higher ranking.
Oh, what the What is that?
You're still at the same rank throughout the hierarchy as Biggie. And you can still do a lot of enforcing throughout the club. Like we want that to happen. But you just aren't the, I guess, base of enforcing, and you don't do as much of like the telling the boys who's got the strikes, etc. And you also do the tail gunning, which means you probably be focusing on that a lot more than making sure the boys are in order.
I can't see anything, so you're gonna have to tell me when I got it.
No worries.
Yeah. So you and Trey will work to plan rides and stuff.
Work out, enforcer.
There you go, mate.
Essentially, anywhere like we're going as a ride, you and Trey run that. So I know that, like, dude, you basically already do it. You bring all the repair kits and shit. Like, you're gonna be doing that as fucking tail gunner as well, and you still
get you a mechanic job.
You're still fucking like club fucking power, like.
Yeah. So officially, what the tail gunner does is help keep the peace in rides. So road captain, how he tells everyone where to go. Your job is to make sure everyone's there. If someone breaks down, your job is to notify the rest of everyone else. And also if anyone's following us, etc. You just do. Yeah, worst driver is road cap. I don't know who thought this up. Maybe you should be tail gunner and he can be road cap.
Nah. I think I'm a better driver than Johnny, to be fair.
I mean, if you're at the front, I guess.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Didn't you run over Buster yesterday?
We'll find out.
It does headaches. No, do you not remember? I'm not saying Johnny, but I remember when we were riding and Johnny just fucking 4 corners in a row goes in front of the road cap. Not saying anything, but I feel
to be fair, you were really bad for rear-ending me.
Yeah, true.
As road cap, you'd fucking
Let's see.
smash.
They're both tail gunner. We're bringing John as road captain.
Let's see how you do at behind me, eh?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
So when are we doing the step down? Is another topic. Because we gotta.
Yeah, it's gotta be an event.
Patches, go for a ride. Yeah.
Has to be.
It's gotta be a big
Next,
night.
okay. Next Sunday, our church meeting can be a bit smaller, and it will. And then we can do the org fight night and the patch over
I
on the
feel like
same night.
patch over on the same night as the org fight night might not make
Yeah.
too much sense.
Yeah,
only
I feel
because
like leaving it.
it's
Could be
quite
on
a it's
tonight.
quite an exposed thing. Like having a patch over between Prez and Prez still staying in exposes the club a little bit. I know that sounds a bit dumb, but like sitting there having to explain to every single person at the at the org fight night that Dudsy's new org leader, why is this, why is that? It's just going to be quite annoying for everyone as well.
I mean, it may sound stupid, but there's a fuck ton of us here. Why don't we just do it?
I mean,
I feel
think
like it needs a little bit more planning.
I think seriously.
I already said that I don't want a big deal out of it. Like,
Really?
I mean, if you want a big deal out of being stepped
No,
down, then
I
that's
don't.
fine.
I don't want a big deal about it. I just want to
yeah.
make sure that you're happy with how you step into Prez, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Should we just
chill.
fucking get our patches off, put them on the side, have a boxing match,
VP?
get to the hospital, and then fucking
I
go on
was
the ride?
gonna, I was gonna say after. I mean,
Oh, I got
Put it back on.
after I have a chat to you, Trey and Dodds in the same room. We could just be like, hey, everyone meet in the courtyard with your motorbike. You know, pre-set up a formation.
I mean, I'll get it sorted while you guys talk.
You know, he can get it all sorted with all the lads down there. And then as we come out, we, you know, get on the bikes, go for a ride, go to a nice location, and then do a handover.
Do like
and
and
everyone will be like, everyone will be like, what the fuck? Like all the hangovers.
where's a really good location?
The juice spot. The like over near the observatory.
I might have to fly out for a little bit. I'll probably be back in later.
Up by,
Can I get everyone that's on the radio to the clubby, please? Just bring your bikes.
It doesn't really make sense. We
Do
need
you
people
want?
in, don't we?
Do you want like?
It's fine. It's recorded.
He's not secretary, is he?
Well, we don't have the secretary
do you want
patch. That's
me
the
to
problem.
take the patch if he's not in, or do we?
Do you want us? Do you want us upstairs or?
Wait.
No, downstairs with your bikes, please.
Well, if you don't want a big deal about it, then I guess.
He doesn't want a huge deal about it, so there's no point VP doing it. I can. It's notarized through me, so I'm meant to notarize all this.
We need to talk to Ozzy as well. Obviously, getting that just that legit role switch in the all emails. Just say he's got it. That's really simple.
If you want that, like right now.
Literally, just tell him org owner to him.
Oh no,
take it off me. That's
I can literally do it right
all.
now if you like.
Yeah, that's it. Say white visas. We're both white visas. Visaed, so we don't need to sort any white visas.
Org person, org gov person.
I don't. It's not like
wink.
I don't know if.
I don't think AC's not there.
Yeah, he is.
He's on the table. Where are you, you dog?
No, he's right here. I'm not meant to know that, but he is. Just so you know.
Oh.
Yoink. Oh, that's you.
That's me.
If you think about ID, I know it's really powerful, but just so.
Wow! Oh, listen to that! Listen to that! Listen to that! That's
yeah,
toxic.
but now he knows. Now he knows that we need it done. Because then we can not hassle another gov member.
Even hang-arounds on bikes if you've got them. So everyone on bikes.
Do you want me in a 4-door car or?
Do you have a bike?
I want 6 demon
yeah.
horse. This needs to be a
Let's
massive
get you on a
deal.
bike for this.
Then get on your bike.
Yeah, let's get all hang-arounds and Ronnie down there on a bike.
I would love to have a chat.
What do you mean, why me?
No, Ronnie, you.
This is not a talkative matter. You are doing that. That's an order.
Ronnie's gonna come up here as well. If I can have like Trey and Dodds and Ronnie and me and so if that's all good.
Mm-hmm. We'll get you to come up into the meeting room when you're here, alright?
Does this need to be notarized?
Do you want VP?
It's nothing. It's just like a. It's just like a.
No, it's
it's not really club related. It's more of a.
Is it to do with him being my son and shit as well? I'm guessing. Oh.
No.
Alright. So everything's done with church is situated. So church is done. That was 2 hours. On the dot.
That's not
that
bad
was
for
alright.
first church.
It's not bad for a first one, and the other ones will get a lot faster.
I'll work on uploading it for everyone and getting it sorted.
And for the other ones, because we're doing fight night